Nigerians over economic pains and hardship. Labour reduces demand on minimum wage to 500,000 naira. You're joking. Kanayo Mike Okorie slam federal government over ban on money ritual smoking in movies. Insecurity substantiate allegations against military as defense headquarters challenges Katsina State Governor. Beneficiaries of Delta Cares program upscaled to 110,841. Ogun disburses second phase of 1 billion naira operational grants to businesses. Governor Soludo sets up committee on minimum wage. Still from the local scene, NAFDAC warns Nigerians against Caro White lotion. Also from the local scene, court grants Muslim students right to wear hijab in UI school. And lastly, on the local scene, court suspends Super Cup Abba Kyari bail for 2 weeks. Moving on to the foreign scene, Rishi Sunak announces July 4th for general election in UK. Also from the foreign scene, Zuma lashes out at South African judges after election ban. Lastly, on the foreign scene, families of female Israeli hostages release graphic abduction footage to pile pressure on Netanyahu. Moving into the world of sports, Lookman's historic hat-trick fires Atalanta to Europa triumph over Leverkusen. 22nd National Sport Festival resumes 12th of January 2025. And lastly in sports, EPL, Chelsea to replace Pochettino with Guardiola's former assistant coach. Alright, those are the major headlines making the rounds today. It was compiled and edited by Joseph Emeribe. My name is Nedu Okorie. For sponsorship or advert placement, kindly contact our sales and marketing office on 0912 929 4332. You can also call 0812 828 6078. Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we discuss and have an in-depth analysis on some of the topical stories. Don't forget that you can follow us by logging on to any of Diamond FM online platforms on www.diamondfm.net or keep up to date via our social media pages. Do stay with us.
From news to sports, current affairs to entertainment, beautiful music, amazing programs, we got you all covered at Diamond 88.7 FM.
The major talking point in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, so help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hurt Indomine? This is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people. From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Lorry, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
All right, blessings, blessings, and more blessings. That's what I have been experiencing from the Almighty, and I'm sure you have been experiencing the same. And I'm blessed to be alive. It's a cool Thursday morning here in Ilorin, the 23rd day in the month of May. Time check right now, it's 7 minutes gone past the hour of 9 a.m. And this is your shining supreme station, Diamond 88.7 FM. We are located at Plot 2, New Yidi Road, Irewolide, Ilorin, Nigeria. Good morning and welcome on board. All right, this is the Thursday's edition of the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we unpack and dissect issues in politics as well as societal matters. My name is Nedu Okorie. My friends call me Odogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Odogu. Good morning once again and welcome on board. Well, there are issues and concerns of an alleged possible antagonization of Nigeria's air peace by foreign airlines. And this particular report will take the front burner in our conversation this morning. We will also review former President Olusegun Obasanjo's statement regarding re-examining Africa's democracy, which was inherited from the West. And finally, we'll delve into the controversial feud between the Nigerian army and a popular plaza in the city of Abuja. Well, let's discuss and share thoughts this morning. All you need to do is send your message via WhatsApp on 0913 655 6864, or you can call 0913 655 6952 or 0800 887 887. Make your message short and precise and straight to the point, and please, we don't allow the use of foul languages or derogatory comments here. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube at Diamond 887FM. That's on Facebook, on YouTube at Diamond FM Ilorin. My guest is already seated in the studio. My guest is no other person than Dr. Sulaiman Afiz, a lecturer at the Kwara State University. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Audugo.
You're welcome.
And good morning to our listeners at home.
All right, you're welcome on board. Let's delve straight into the matter this morning. Well, quickly, let's look at the first report. The Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, has said that the federal government is fully behind and is supportive of Air Peace Airline and its operations on the Lagos-London route. Let's not forget that some weeks ago, Air Peace commenced flying from Lagos to London. And he said this in a statement yesterday where he addressed claims that Air Peace Airline violated safety regulations at the Gatwick Airport in the UK. And he addressed the recent media publication saying that the management of Air Peace was aware of the violations raised by the United Kingdom Civil Aviation Authority. And actually, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has also addressed these issues, and it has been adequately addressed. Now, the question we've seen when they started this flying the Lagos-London route, and they actually slashed their price. Other airlines, the Arix and the Coes, they started reducing their own prices. Do you see these allegations of violation of safety as an attack, as some would say it, as an antagonizing attack on Air Peace?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Just to answer the question at front, I would say that I don't think it's an allegation.
Okay.
Because from the news,
yes,
just like the minister rightly mentioned, that the authority of Air Peace are aware of the safety concerns. So that seems not to be
an allegation. Okay.
Probably because, like you also mentioned, this is the first time a Nigerian-owned airline is trying to convert passengers to that particular part of the world. So probably they are still not totally in tandem with necessary precaution. And I want to believe that just like every other airlines have had many years to improve on every aspect of their activities, the most important thing is that the management of airpeace should learn from this and should not take safety measure with levity hand. That is one aspect of it.
Okay.
The second aspect is that airpeace right now is like the pride of the country. You understand? In fact, the management have been able to do what Nigeria as a country, or let me say the government of Nigeria, are still struggling to do. We all know everything that surrounded the national carrier we intended to, you understand, during the last administration. But this company, a privately owned Nigerian company, seems to be doing well. And they have been making life a little bit easier for the intended travelers, which shows that if there is anything, the comment of the minister is highly welcomed. The government of Nigeria, if we cannot have our national carriers, we should throw our total weight behind them and make sure that they do not probably cease, you understand, to extend their services to that part of the world. In fact, we are anticipating, because there was a news I was reading that they are already planning to extend their route to North American and some other part of the world, which we also improved, you understand, the whole, to make it a lot easier for people who are trying to travel all around the world. So that is the second aspect. Then the third aspect, which totally has to, with some instance, has to do with the Nigerian factor. And I wouldn't want the management of airpeace to allow this to happen. Okay. You see, we have had in the past when something of Nigerian try to make, you understand, to make some advances like this. We've had some kind of, like you mentioned, campaign. We cannot totally rule that out. We have had instances where even the competitors probably exploit our volatile situation. I would not want to term Nigeria as being corrupt, but we have seen some corrupt elements in our populace. They may want to take advantage of this and sabotage, you understand, the effort of the management. This should be totally avoided as much as possible. airpeace should be supported from every angle possible, and so that other people who has such intention can actually invest their money in such business. When there is competition, I mean when there is healthy competition and there is no colliding, the customer seems to benefit from it.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Sulaiman Afis, for your submission concerning this issue. And if you're just joining, we are looking at the situation concerning airpeace and foreign airlines. Well, the situation, according to the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, it's actually, just like the clarification you gave, it's not an allegation. There was an safety infraction, and the Nigerian Airport Authority has addressed it. Airpeace also has addressed it, and some are actually looking at it as a way to antagonize the company, that is Airpeace, which has actually been beneficial to Nigerians for a couple of weeks now. A lot of people have been praising them for bringing down their prices, and it has now opened a lot of people's eyes that they are being ripped off by other airlines, and we really appreciate Airpeace for this kind gesture. Well, we'll continue with the conversation. We'll look at how we can improve our own Nigerian Airways, because the federal government planned it in the last administration, but it couldn't come to reality. We'll look at how to improve upon it, and also how to improve our homegrown businesses in other aspects. Well, this is still the Diamond Breakfast Show, and do not go anywhere. Let's take this break.
Ìrọ̀rùn ti dé fún gbogbo wa, ẹ̀sùn mọ́ bí ẹ̀kọ́ pàtí dé rọrùn dé, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́, ó fẹ́ ra fóònù tó pọ̀jù owó, sanwó
ọ̀rẹ́ wa ọ̀rọ̀ ló gbọ́ yìí má jẹ́ kí fóònù pálásọ ọwọ́ rẹ dáṣẹ́ rẹ dúró iṣẹ́ ajé ni fóònù tá à ń gbé kiri yìí wà fún ìjẹ́ ló mọ ìpín pẹ̀lú owó pọ́ọ́kú àti ìwé ìdánimọ̀ tó kójú òṣùwọ̀n àti ìwé nọ́mbà ìdánimọ̀ rẹ ìyẹn NIN àti nọ́mbà fóònù tí a lè rí ọ pè sí ìwọ yọjú sí ibùdó ìtajà M-Kopa tó súnmọ́ jùlọ lágbègbè rẹ wàá ra fóònù Nokia tàbí Samsung tó kójú òṣùwọ̀n tó sì lálòpẹ́ lówó pọ́ọ́kú wàá sì máa sanwó tó kù díẹ̀díẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn o lè kàn sí àwọn onítajà M-Kopa tó súnmọ́ ẹ jùlọ ní agbègbè ẹ̀yẹ kọrin Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ Ọ̀tẹ́ Gàmbàrí Tewúre Ìkòyí Ìkọsẹ̀ Odùọba Ìrẹsà tàbí ibùdó ìtajà M-Kopa ní nọ́mbà 185 òpópónà Ibrahim Taiwo tó dojúkọ Bovas filling station ní Ìlọrin ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní 09039818200.
M-Kopa ní ẹ̀ẹ́kan sí wọn.
M-Kopa ìrọ̀rùn ló bá dé.
Did you know that every year in Nigeria, over 8,000 women die from cervical cancer alone? Cervical cancer is caused by papillomavirus vaccination, screening, early diagnosis, and treatment.
Let's protect our daughters today from the pains of tomorrow. For further inquiries, call 070-60-677 or 080-6708-5016.
This message is from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and partners.
Dìde kára ó lè. Dìde kára ó lè. Ó yá lè dànù orí fífọ́ lè dànù ara ríro lè dànù òtútù ibà lè dànù. For fast relief of cold pain, fever and headache. Dìde kára ó lè kókó.
Ẹ sọ fún ẹ̀fọ́ ní òtútù yìí bàtàrà ríro kí wọ́n kán lùgbò one time. Kára ó lè ti dé o. Àgbàwọlé ní tíṣẹ́ ni àkàwọlé ń tè kàn. Koríko tẹ́lẹ̀ bá ti tẹ òtún gbérí mọ́. Dìde kára ó lè lúbúlúbú funfun pẹ̀ ìrúkù sarajọ mẹ́ra yágágá. Àjàká kò tí sọkọ fún ẹ̀fọ́ ní òtútù yìí bàtàrà ríro lágọ̀ọ́ ara. Káì! Kàsàkàsà knockout. Agbára ju agbára lọ. Dìde kára ó lè jagunlabi olùgbòǹgbò gàjàtọ̀ ara jàtọ̀ kìtìlẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ìlúra kẹgbà. To Yield Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. Àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe é gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi kápò oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. Bára rẹ̀ ò bá yá lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Má ṣàfihàn o, kàn sí dókítà rẹ̀.
The sounds, the vibes, good talking, conversations. You can have it all at Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Diamond 88.7 FM, we've got you.
All right, welcome back from that commercial break. You're still listening to the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we unpack political matters as it concerns us as Nigerians. Yes, we have to participate in building this nation, and one way to do so is to contribute in national discourse as it concerns everyone. My name remains Nedu Okorie. Well, I still have here Dr. Sulaiman Afiz, and we've been having conversations on the possible antagonization of Nigeria's air peace by foreign airlines, and he made the clarification that it is not actually an antagonization the way people see it. There was actually safety infractions which has actually been addressed, and one thing that he mentioned that is very important is that they just started this flying this route from Lagos to London, and they still have to meet the standards of the United Kingdom. Nigeria has its own standards. Well, it should also be in tandem with global best practices. Well, let's look at how can we revive our own Nigerian airways. How can we revive it? And looking at Festus Keyamo as the minister, how can you assess his achievements so far?
Well, thank you very much. Let me first tackle the first part of the question.
Yes, please.
On how we can achieve our own national carrier.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the solution to this kind of problem is just like solution to many other kind of problems that we are facing in Nigeria, and it's the issue of accountability. Let me start like this. We want to believe that investigation is still going on, but during the tail end of the last administration, the Minister of Aviation then brought in a very beautifully painted, borrowed, what's it called? Let me just call it aeroplane. And we assumed In fact, it was surprising to find out that it was a borrowed aircraft. He was not the one that perpetrated this alone. A lot of people must have, you understand, be unaware, so to say, even staff of the ministry, other individuals, and the likes. After the shocking revelation that this was actually borrowed from Ethiopia own airline, it is surprising that the only heads that is rolling, or that we roll, because I don't want to believe it's rolling already, that we roll, is still the head of the minister. What happened to every single individual that are on board? So what I'm saying is that we are talking about accountability. You understand? When you are given the task to do something in this country, for once, let people be held accountable. You understand? We always see anything owned by government as a national cake, so to say. And we don't seem to have any sort of connection or any feelings of a repercussion about the outcome of our do and undo, all those bad, whatever actions we have eventually led to the fall of all the that makes that endeavor not to be successful. So that is very, very painful.
Accountability.
You understand? So what I'm saying is that let's start from even a common street light. We have this one even common in our area. We have this solar light. You understand? That some individuals, government, in the name of projects, that's not where I'm going. But the fact is, somebody has actually erected a solar street light in the area. The community, in some community, I've seen some that have taken ownership of it. But you notice that an average community in Nigeria don't see that particular project as their own. Now extend it to the road construction. You see people deliberately, they will have a drainage in front of their shops. They have drainage in front of their house, but they will decide to pour that water on the what's it called, asphalt, or what's it called, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So, and they have failed to realize that whatever their action is, you understand, it goes back to the government, to the community. Because instead of the government to move ahead to do other stuff, they'll come back or in the name of renovation and still be working on the same road. We are not talking about, we are not even talking about the quality of the project now. We have seen people who probably one way or the other watch the drainage in front of their house to full up to the head, and they do nothing about it. So we are not seeing government own or government executed project as our own. That is one.
Doctor,
and that has also.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
This Rotimi from Oro.
All right, Mr. Rotimi, go ahead.
My submission this morning, I would like to say good morning to everybody in the house.
Good morning.
I greet you all. My submission to this question you are asking now is serious problem. When you made a mistake, you correct it. That is not the problem with Nigeria. They continue making that mistake with that correction. When the correction is checked, then there won't be any more problem. How this how did they manage to get all this? Did they find out the serious investigation so that they can correct it and know things will happen again in the future? That is their problem in Nigeria. You don't look. The president it's just a little talk. You say you want to kill corruption. Look how corruption continues every blessed day now. Can you imagine? Hello.
All right, we're with you.
So what we are saying that correction must be, checked, and then everything that needs to be done has to take place. You don't follow the correction, and there's no serious teamwork. It's like they are favoring one another. I do this, I forget about it. How many people are big, murder or what for those kidnappers? How many?
Hello. Okay. Oh, we lost that call. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Rotimi. Please do call us back to continue with your conversation. Well, we're looking at the airline, the airports, and the aviation sector of Nigeria and how to revive it. Well, we don't really have much time. Let's quickly touch other topics.
So if I can just
yes,
round up, I will just say that it is actually possible for us to have a national carrier.
Okay.
All we need to do is have people who are accountable and probably have a kind of, not just a normal government agreement, whatever. Whoever is put in charge, you should know that the failure and the success is entirely yours. That is one. Finally, on the airpiece,
yes,
this observation or this correction, this issue has arisen, you understand? I expect them to learn from it and be part and take cognizance of the fact that every country they will be traveling to have their own specific safety regulations, and these regulations should be adequately taken for.
True. Thank you so much, Dr. Sulaiman. Quickly, let's move on to the second topic. This one is regarding a statement by former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who has advised African nations to re-examine the democracy that was inherited from Western countries. And he said this at a summit on the state of democracy in Africa held at the Yaradua Center in Abuja yesterday. And he said that Africa must build a model of democracy that is true to the African heritage and which caters for the welfare of the people. And he said that for democracy to be effective in Nigeria and Africa as a whole, it must be built on the principles of good leadership, strong institutions, and the rule of law. And his own definition of democracy is government by the people's consent with clean mandate of the people without corruption and for the welfare of the masses. Now, just apart from former President Olusegun Obasanjo, many other people have been talking about having a democratical system and constitution that is enshrined in the African heritage, that is enshrined in different cultures of Africa. What's your take on this, please?
See, this is a very interesting comment from a very interesting
personality. Yeah,
you understand. Let me start like this. Democracy is not alien. The true democracy is not alien to African society. When you want to trace democracy, you trace it back to the old Greek era, where they practice pure, direct democracy. Every individual has a right to represent himself once you are of age. But we don't want to go through those. You understand? Now, one of the person that have the best opportunity, I am not expecting anybody to agree with me, but one of the individual that has the most brilliant chance to turn Nigeria around is no other person than ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo.
Okay.
He could have given us what he's saying. He could have.
You're saying he didn't give when he assumed?
No, he did not. He has the best chance. A constitution was handed over to us.
Okay.
He has the best chance to put it the way it ought to be. Not the first time. He had it the first time. The second time. The first tenure. I'm not even talking about when he was military head.
Of course.
During the first tenure, the second time. But we all know what happened. He was kind of busy looking for the third time instead of giving the country the best legacy he could have given us. I am not saying this to discredit everything good about his administration. I am just saying that this better should have been a kind of an account of how he was able to give Nigeria the true democracy that has coloration of African society. Not this. And this is not just him. It is so unfortunate that everybody we think has the opportunity to give an average or the country the best thing only come out to be a good preacher after they left their office. Now expecting their successor or somebody else to do it. This is not the first time. We have seen many former head of state coming out to be good preachers. Even one in particular, after many crying, everything, was given the opportunity 2 times again and nothing was done. So you want to wonder that should they just have decided to stay in their house and keep quiet rather than telling us this? Personally, I just think he has the opportunity to have given it to us. That is one.
Okay.
Secondly, like I said, democracy is not alien to us. We do not just have one single form of democracy. Talk of any system of government you want to think of in the whole world. We have practiced it even in Nigeria, not to talk of the whole Africa. Remember, sometimes in Nigeria, we have 3 major, can I just call them empire? We have the Oyo Empire, the Sokoto Caliphate, and during government we were taught the Igbo also have
Eastern
their
region, yeah.
You understand? And if you look at the Igbo side, the practice once looks like a direct democracy. Every man has the opportunity to represent himself, his clan in the community council. You come together, you decide. There's no single way. They don't have a true Igbo, you understand, don't have Oba or this thing. All of you have elders, you come around. That is not how you come around when there is no single word. And that you will not be democratic in deliberation and the selection of your issues. Then when you come to what's it called? To the Yoruba side, the empires, you understand, we have element of democracy. We have federalism there. We have true federalism. You understand? We have check and balances. We have division of power. We have everything. And the same thing when you go to the north. So in other words, but we cannot, however, throw away his call. He has not given that to us. But we now as Nigerians, we need to now tailor our democracy in such a way that it will be beneficial to all and have the element of Africa. And it is not a rocket science. All we just have to do is that come together as a people to do the needful. But unfortunately, those who are there right now do not see the reason to do it until they also leave office. And sorry, my final.
We have to take this break, please. When we come back, you continue with your thought. This is still the Diamond Breakfast Show. We have to pay some bills. Do not go anywhere.
You no need to spend plenty money on top fuel. Call Femtech, make them arrange your house and businesses with affordable solar now. Or make you visit the nearest Femtech showroom to enjoy special offers on inverters, batteries, solar and CCTV products. We get correct people wey go install solar and CCTV for your office, estates, schools and even markets. Oya visit femtechsolar.com for prices or make you call 0809 216 4444.
Dear esteemed customers, introducing IBEDC Pay. IBEDC Pay. A simpler, faster, and even more reliable and convenient way to vend and pay your electricity bills. The IBEDC Pay app is available on the web, all devices, Google Play Store for Android users, and iOS for iPhone users. With this app, you can check your outstanding balance, check your payment history, download your bill or payment receipt on the go, pay your current and outstanding bills, request information update with IBEDC. Get faster customer service. Don't be left behind. Download yours now. For more information, visit www.ibedc.com. IBEDC, distributing power, changing lives.
Message of Salvation Women Ministry presents the 19th edition of to ensure that you have it right. Come to this year's conference and you'll never be the same again. Date is 25th May 2024 at First Equa Church, Taiwo Road, Ilorin, beginning at 10 a.m. Jesus is waiting for you.
Shey you know say every year for Nigeria, 90 disease wey dem dey call cervical cancer alone dey kill more than 8,000 women. Na one virus wey dem dey call HPV or human papilloma virus dey cause am. Person fit catch am from another person wey get am for body and e fit even lead enter another disease. But the good news be say we fit prevent am make this disease no catch person only if you collect the vaccine.
Na so for October 2023, Nigeria introduced HPV vaccine for 16 states, but now e go reach all the 21 states wey remain, including where you dey. So make you carry your girl pikin wey be from age 9 to 14 go any primary healthcare center wey near you starting from 27th of May. Make them fit to collect the vaccine. Make this bad disease for no near them. The HPV vaccine now free of charge. E dey safe and e dey work well. If you be 15 years and above, abeg make you go for cervical cancer screening today for any health center wey near you. This na the global strategy to take comot cervical cancer kpata through vaccination, screening, early diagnosis and treatments.
Make we protect our daughters today. Make disease for no worry them tomorrow. To sabi more, make you alert this number 0706 0416 787 or 0806 708 5016.
This message now from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and partners.
This is a public announcement from Trust Fund Pensions Limited.
The nationwide revalidation exercise of pensioners under the NSITF scheme will take place from the 2nd of May to the 30th of June 2024 in all trust fund offices nationwide. Time is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily in all trust fund offices nationwide. For more information, please see the adverts placed in The Guardian, Punch, Daily Trust, and Vanguard newspapers of 30th April 2024 or call 090-872-33562, 080-321-71807 or 080-365-85420. Trust Fund Pensions Limited. Trust is our foundation.
Please listen to this announcement. Baptist Model High School, a reputable school known for academic excellence, located in a serene environment with quality and experienced teachers, offers admission into JSS 1 and JSS 2. Creche to Primary 5. First examination date is 25th May 2024. Second examination date is 13th July 2024. Admission forms are available at the school premises located at Air Force Road, Gbagba, Ilorin, or First Baptist Church, Surulere, Ilorin, Kwara State. Baptist Model High School. Knowledge par excellence.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
All right, welcome back from that commercial break. This is still the Diamond Breakfast Show on Diamond 88.7 FM. Yes, I'm still Nedu, Okorie, Mazu, Dogu. Well, we've been having conversations on the democracy of Africa and Nigeria in particular, which emanated from the comments of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and it says that we need to look at, we need to re-examine the democracy of Africa, which was inherited from Western countries. Well, you can start contributing and sending your comments. The number to call is 0913-655-6952. You can also send your WhatsApp message on 0913-655-6864. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Alaji Tayo from Abuja.
Alaji Tayo, you're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You see, I don't think any of our past leaders has the moral justification to come out and tell us that democracy we are practicing is not the best or it's not good. Because if successful leaders had had the opportunity to make this country greater by doing it accordingly and according to him, but they all bomb with the opportunity. So whenever you now come back and be telling us grammar or defining democracy, it's not what we want now. Let me see that to the money. I want to tell you, whatever the kind of government we are practicing, so long as it's practiced in the last time and successful, what are those we did that we refuse to do here? It is because we have refused to be concerned about this country. Every leader here and every potential leader have a mindset of God get to power and leave their pocket at the point of their election. Until we begin to follow the constitution that we have, until we begin to be patriotic, until we see this country as belonging to you and me, then we will not make it. Condition of the application you are talking about. You see, over time, we all know how Nigeria will got comatose. And all efforts is then to bring back a domestic airline has not yielded any positive result. This young man has been trying. You see the kind of conditions that we're making when there is any problem in any African country, we go and bring these people. Why don't we have our own national carrier? Because airfare now is not even affordable. Domestic airfare is no longer affordable. It's at the rate of 550 to 400,000. How many Nigerians can afford this? If we have enough air carrier that can catch the crisis in the private sector, this is another topic I'm bringing in. Young man is quite trying. We should appreciate it. But government should invest more in aviation. Look at that, this Africa. Up to now, it's still being dragged about. Nothing has happened to him. I need somebody who has the opportunity to give us a good national career, but a bamboo deal. What are we talking about? Let's be constitutional, let's be patriotic, let's see this country as a project that belongs to you and me. And we'll work harder to make it greater. Nigeria is a great country, and we have what it takes to be greater, but our leaders should please sit tight and do things accordingly. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much, Alhaji Taye from Abuja. Well, keep your messages coming in. This message is from Mr. Oyedele Ezekiel from Okorie. He says, hello, Mr. Odogo. Well done, sir. What I just have to say concerning this matter is that there is nothing Nigeria as a nation wants to achieve that they can't achieve. Regarding the kind of strength, wisdom, and potential God has given us as a nation. But the problem we are having is just that our leaders prioritize their pockets than the good well-being of their citizens. The issue is just like the issue of our refinery. Whatever thing that will not fetch them their selfish desire, they don't actually take it so important. Thank you so much, Mr. Ezekiel from Osiri. Let's take one more call before we move on. Hello, good morning. Okay. All right, let's quickly move on to the last topic we have this morning regarding the feud between the Nigerian military and certain citizens of Abuja, or residents of Abuja. Well, it was reported on Saturday that a mob believed to be workers at a particular plaza in Abuja allegedly assaulted 2 soldiers over the sale of a mobile phone, and in an apparent retaliation, a group of soldiers invaded the plaza where they also assaulted some civilians. And the FCT Police Command, in a statement, made it known that a buyer had gone with 4 soldiers to demand a refund for a faulty phone, which the shop owner resisted, leading to the clash. And the Nigerian army formally announced the closure of the whole plaza, not the shop, which a lot of people have condemned as a move that has raised concerns and about the role of army in democracy. Meanwhile, the army spokesperson Onyema Nwachukwu said that the plaza was shut down after agreement with the management of the plaza to identify the individuals who recently assaulted the soldiers. And many reactions have been coming after the closure of the plaza. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it condemnable? Is it the right thing to do by the Nigerian army? Why didn't the Nigerian police react positively to this? Well, a pro-democracy activist, Omoyele Sowore, condemned the Nigerian army over the closure, and his argument was that shutting down a civilian space that employs thousands of people over a dispute between soldiers and civilians is excessive and unjustified. While a former military man, a retired General Lucky Rabode, a former Chief of Defense Staff, is backing the military for shutting down the plaza until those who attacked the civilians are arrested and brought to justice. Well, I'd like to know your thoughts, Doctor, concerning this issue.
Obviously, what happened is not a pleasant event.
Yes.
And just like you have just rightly read it in the news, everybody seems to be speaking from the angle at which they are looking at issues. Let me start from the last one. No military officer will hear what happened and will not acted. We can just assume the way they would definitely, you understand, the whole scenario will play out. Now, these are what happened is just like I would like to treat it in, let me say, from individual angles. Okay. Let me start from the very first fact that, one, it is a wrong practice. We have seen instances where people elicit the service of our very respectable military officer to settle civil disputes. This is a wrong practice.
That's actually the role of the police.
It's a wrong practice. In fact, some people even, the police do not have the right to arrest individual during civil issue. It's not a criminal matter. You owed me money, you went and called the police to come and arrest me. For what? What they should do is they should invite me. There is a process to follow when you talk about civil matters. It's different from criminal matters. Now, not to the extent of calling or asking or eliciting the service of an army. You understand? We have seen this practice. These is a kind of ugly truth that people have been perpetrating. You understand? That is wrong to start with.
Okay.
But now, The one wrong has committed a wrong, you understand, and he has invited.
Two wrongs cannot make
one.
it right.
I'm coming. It's more than 2 wrongs. So we have many wrongs here. I'm picking it. The first wrong is the person who have called. Okay, it's not even the first. The first wrong is the person who have sold
a faulty phone.
A faulty phone.
Okay.
You understand? That is wrong. You understand? This is also what we are always aware of. We have seen video clips of people trying to maneuver their ways. You understand? Just to get successful as early in any way necessary. This is a wrongful practice.
But it has to be proven that it is wrong. It's wrong according to the buyer. You understand?
No, it is. The phone is faulty.
Yes.
If you are buying a faulty phone, you should be able to return it, in as much as it has been proven that the damages is not caused by you, which can be settled in a civil manner.
Exactly.
But we know what happened when you buy something and you even forget about stepping your legal side, drop the money. To collect the money back, it becomes difficult. In countries that know what they are doing, you can return a goods that you are no longer satisfied with. But our own is that once you pay, it's just like this popular Yoruba okay, yeah, I've forgotten. Àkàrà tó bá wọnú ẹ̀kọ kò tó jáde mọ́. You understand? That is the way money buying things. It's not supposed to be. That is the first wrong.
Okay.
The second wrong is that maybe he thought that the police, they may have been familiar with the police, and he needed his money back badly. So he went to call the soldiers that we are all always afraid of. You understand? Quote and unquote. Coming there, unfortunately, these buyers are, when something always happen, people tend to be immune to that instance. You understand? This is not the first time you are calling a soldier, and they had experience, so they have probably come together, look for a way to go about it. Unfortunately for them, the person who has called a soldier to a civil matter, that's the second wrong. Now the third wrong are the hoodlums. You see, there is no reason on earth should you harass anybody who is, you understand, who is putting on anything that is a mark of respect to our dear country. The police, the soldier, any uniform man, or anybody in the position of authority, it is wrong for you to assault them, no matter what happened. You cannot correct a wrong by doing another wrong. There is always this debate about civil obedience. We are not going there. So for the hoodlums to have seen somebody who is clearly in a Nigerian army uniform, and you have assaulted such an individual, we also know some undocumented rule of the street. You cannot do that and not expect retaliation.
Exactly.
We have seen instances, even between the Nigerian police and the Nigerian soldiers. So that is the third, you understand, wrong activities. Now, the fourth obvious one is what we know will happen when you beat one soldier. You should expect more soldiers. And unfortunately, when these soldiers comes, they will not be able to identify those who have perpetrated the initial evil. So what will they resort to? They start, assaulting people. Even somebody who is not even aware, they can even end up assaulting other customers who can just be going there, be in the wrong place and the wrong time. You understand? So you can see the train of wrongs that we have been tracing.
Okay.
Now let us now come back to this. If you read the news, which I was prepared to do,
there's also a last one, shutting down the plaza.
That is where I'm going. That's not what we are going to talk first. What happened is that when this issue occurs, do you know that technically the Nigerian police ceased to interfere? But from the news, at the initial point, when the first soldiers, the initial soldiers were assaulted, the police close by were there to settle the unrest.
Yes.
And that seems to be because I also read it in news that when the spokesperson of Nigerian police was consulted, he asked them to go and communicate with the Nigerian army. So which is not supposed to be. That's another issue. Everybody should know his jurisdiction. As you cannot expect the Nigerian police to go and be fighting war, you don't expect Nigerian soldiers to come into the town and start when it's not the problem has not escalated to the point that the Nigerian police, the civil defense, and every other paramilitary can no longer solve it. That is when you elicit their service, not when not something as minute as this. But of course, like their unspoken rules too, they have to defend their own. Now, to the big elephant of concern.
Yes.
the pronouncement of the Nigerian, you understand?
The Nigerian army closing the plaza.
You see, there is also this angle to look at it of unknown soldier. You understand? We have had instances of unknown soldier. Even a popular musician sang about unknown soldier. If the plaza remain open, I am not saying that is correct, but if it remain open, we may not anticipate what may eventually happen, because in as much as some, if you have assaulted Nigerian soldier, you have disrespected the country. So it should be investigated, and in order to prevent some other occurrence like that, you understand, it may be temporarily closed for proper investigation and with a very strong assurance and with a sense of justice to the soldiers, so that they will not feel like they have been ridiculed. You understand? Because that is the problem. If some you can see the way cooks usually happen. When we doing the military, that the cooks are not usually emanating from the senior officers. It's just some set of people who just feel like we are not okay, and once they are not okay, they come together and they start acting, and this may happen. But it shouldn't have been the Nigerian soldier that would have made that pronouncement. In fact, they can just coordinate with the Nigerian police, which is the normal thing, and coordinate with the civil authority. He must coordinate with those in charge of the market, in kind of the plaza, in order to fish out those people and restore peace to the plaza.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Sulaiman Afis, for your submission regarding this issue. Well, according to the Nigerian military, they are trying as much as possible so that this issue will not result to what happened in Delta State. And this is another
very ugly situation that we shouldn't want to. We don't want to remember.
We shouldn't. Well, let's take reactions from our listeners at home. 0913-655-6952. 0913-655-6952. That's the number to call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, the role model anchor and the very brilliant analysis in the station.
Good morning.
And good morning to the Diamond FM Science staff. This is Prophet Ayodele from the airport.
You're welcome.
Speaking on the comment of our former head of state, you know, now that all of them is bringing their system out, then especially the reaction of the president, of the chairman of the INEC, that they are do back there election. Now they are realizing that they are back there election. But now what Nigeria is facing is that all the former head of state, they should put heads together with the new president to put product to our wound. We need the reduction on petrol. Then there must be security.
All right.
Then the property must be cancelled.
Okay.
We are not in an election system now until 2007. But they are warming up for the state local government election.
All right.
They should present the eligible candidates.
Okay.
And we wish them best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Good tidings to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prophetess, for your contribution. 0913-655-6952. That's the number to call. You can also call 080-00-887-887. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Nedu.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Yemi Asaji. I'm calling from Iloni.
You're welcome, Mr. Yemi. Go ahead.
I want to react to President Obasanjo's statement.
All right, quickly.
You see, I laugh each time I hear Obasanjo making some funny statements. Now, he has ruled this country more than any other Nigerian. What did he do? He institutionalized corruption and introduced many vices in democracy. Now, the monster called constituency project that we are battling with in this country today was a product of Obasanjo's democracy. I heard him talk about increase in fuel prices and its effects on Nigerians. I ask, how many refineries did he build in his so many years as a leader of this country? What he could not do or see in his so many years of leadership is what he is now blaming others for. I may not say he's a psychopath, but he behaves like one. I regard his ranting as that of a jester who is struggling to cover up his bad past. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yemi Ashaju, for your contribution. Well, keep it coming. 0913-655-6952 before we round off on today's edition of the Diamond Breakfast Show. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Bamidele.
Mr. Bamidele, go ahead.
I'm calling from Ufa. Whenever Obasanjo speaks, people attack the messenger by and not look at the message. We should forget about if a prostitute comes out and say adultery is wrong, That doesn't mean our doctrine is right. We should look at the message. The type of democracy we are practicing in this country is our problem. The way we are practicing it. This presidential system of government is too lucrative for our politicians.
All right.
That's why all Nigerians are so.
All right. Well, our time is fast spent. I sincerely apologize, Mr. Bamidelege. Thank you for your contribution. I sincerely appreciate all those who have been contributing. I see your messages. I see your calls. Thank you so much on our Facebook platform. Thank you so much. This is the show for today. Thank you, Mr. Dr. Sulaiman Hafiz, for coming on the show. I really appreciate you for your submissions.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, special thanks to my producer, Mr. Taiwo Adediran, to the general manager, Mr. Michael Abiodun Olanrewaju, and to my studio manager, Mr. Victor. Thank you so much. My name remains Nedu Okorie. My friends call me Odogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Odogu. Let's do this again on Saturday on National Affairs. The next program, Ebawdasi, comes up shortly. May God bless the works of your hands. Have a wonderful day.
The major talking point in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead, and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, they want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.